Okay, good evening, everyone. This is GP here. I'll just wait for confirmation from your side to be sure that you can hear me. Yeah. So just let me know if everything is fine, if you can hear me clearly. I'll additionally share my screen so that we don't waste time in that aspect also. Okay, so yes, let me share my screen. Okay, so I hope the screen is also visible to everyone. Okay, let me just make one small change. Just give me a minute. Mhm. Okay, let me do no. Okay, let me do this one. Yeah. Okay. I should have taken care of this earlier, but I forgot to do this. I hope all of you have downloaded the exercise, the data set which I'm going to do today. I hope you have done it. If not, you can Neha Shruti, if you can just share the link to this in the chat. If you can just pin that link on the chat so that students can download the exercise. If they have not, it will be easier for them. Okay, thank you. The link has been shared, guys and girls. If you have not done the exercise, please download it. It's a small set, and I'll give you a few minutes to solve and having it in front of you. And if you can take a printout, great. But even otherwise, having it in front of you will be easier for you to work. Okay, okay, great. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started with the session, and here we go. Okay. So very quickly, just a brief recap of the CAT paper. I'm sure everyone knows we are talking about the middle section, which is a DILR section, which has 22 questions to be done in 40 minutes, and these 22 questions were in 5 sets. So these were 5 sets of data that we were looking at. Oh, my screen is not visible, it seems. Is my screen visible? No, it is not visible, it seems. Let me just go back and let me check. Give me a minute, guys and girls. It seems there's some issue. Okay. Share screen. Windows. Okay. I guess it should be okay now. Nikhil, I think it's yes, it's fine now. Great. So we can start now. Okay. So I'll start the session now again. And as I said, what we are looking at in the to begin with is this particular section, the DILR section, which has 22 questions, and these 22 questions are within 5 sets of data. Okay, within 5 sets of data. So these are 5 sets, and yes, we had 40 minutes. The number of questions in DILR, if you look over the years, have varied. 2020 was 24 questions, 2021, 22, 23. This year it has been 20 questions. And the 24 was 22 questions, CAT 24. Okay, which means the marks are 66 marks, 60 marks, 60 marks, 60 marks, and 72 marks. Okay, these are the marks. And the 99.99 percentile typically is about 50% marks. And the important thing to remember, if you get 50% marks, 50% marks in any year, you will be anything between 97 to 99.5 percentile, depending upon the level of difficulty. So 50% marks in CAT 24 would be 33 marks. 33 marks would get you here somewhere around 97 percentile. In CAT 21, 22, 23, 50% marks would be 30 marks, and 30 marks would get you in both the years above 99 percentile, which is 22, 23. In 21, you will be just around 99 percentile, and CAT 2020, which was a 72 marks paper, 50 marks is 36 marks, which would again be above 99 percentile. So the important thing always is that you should be able to pick out the right sets of data. You should be choosing the right questions to attempt within these sets of data also. Then I briefly discussed about Jugaad. Jugaad is a problem-solving approach which expects you to use all of available information. So one of the key components of this problem-solving approach is you should be able to use all available information. The keyword is obviously all, and it focuses on solving questions, not on filling up the table. Many times people waste a lot of time filling up the table when it is not required. You should always be aware what is the question you need to answer. And your solving process should be focused on getting the answers to those questions rather than solving a puzzle. So your job is not to solve a puzzle. Your job is to focus on solving the question and not filling the table. Okay, and the structure that we suggest that you follow for DILR is in fact called DILR itself. If you look at a data set, the basic data which is given to you, your job is to decipher. Okay, so decipher the information given in the basic data set, and then you have 5 questions or 4 questions or 6 questions as the case may be, and your job is to identify. Your job is to identify the relevant information. So if you can pick out the relevant information from the questions, okay, if you can pick out the relevant information from the questions, you will be able to solve the set much faster. So identify the information from the question, decipher the data which has been given to you, and then you lay out, you draw the table, and this has to be a neat table or whatever arrangement. So you have to lay out, it has to be neat, it has to be big enough for you to take care of all the information, and it should not be just a random small scribble all over the place. The neat and clean tabulation of information and layouting ensure that you will be able to resolve or solve the questions fast. So then you have to get down to solving the question. Okay. Now, this is to Cat 21. Okay, there's a question: how much time should each set? See, how much time is a very, very difficult question because it depends significantly on the level of difficulty. So level of difficulty cannot be defined, and as you have seen in the past, level of difficulty varies. So if it's an easy quiz data set, you should be able to do it in less than 5 minutes. A difficult data set might even take you 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But if you use our principles of Jugaad, you will be able to solve the data set in a lesser amount of time. So a 15-minute set can easily be solved in 5 to 7 minutes with the help of Jugaad. And that is what we will see today, Cat 101. Okay, and this is the set which we have. Okay, this is the set which we have. This is from Cat 21, slot 2, and considered to be one of the difficult sets. If you ask students, most of the students are likely to give this set something like 10 minutes at least, closer to 15 minutes is what will be needed to solve this set for most of these students. And yes, many students will not be able to solve it despite investing that much time. Okay, but again, the idea is that we use Jugaad to see how to solve it faster. If you apply Jugaad in this particular data set, you can easily solve it in 5 to 7 minutes. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं लगेगा, 7 मिनट में हो जाएगा पक्का ये, ठीक है? So let's look at the data set first and see what is it talking about. Let us look at deciphering and then go to the identification part. And then we look at the layout and resolve. Here, layout is not too big an issue because the table is given to us. But let's go through the data. 10 objects, O1 to O10, were distributed among A, B, C, D, E. Each item went to exactly one person. So there are 10 objects, O1 to O10. There are 5 people. Each item going to one person. Each person got exactly 2 items. And this pair of objects is called his or her bundle. So each person A, B, C, D, E gets 2 objects, and these 2 objects combined are called the bundle of a person. So each pair of objects is called a bundle of a person. So A, B, C, D, E each will get one bundle of 2 objects each, and there are 10 objects. So obviously that means 10 objects to be distributed between 5 people, 2 objects go to each. The following table shows. The following table shows how each person values each object. Okay, so there's a table which is given O1 to O10 and so on and so forth. Then 5, 7, 9, some numbers are given. So that is the value associated. Okay. Now, so for Amal, O1 has a value of 4. Bharat has a value of 5 for O1. Charles gives it a value 8. Disha gives it a value 8. Elsie gives it a value 6. So each person has his or her own way of valuing a particular object, and that means if I'm getting two objects, there will be a combined or cumulative value of both the objects, or there will be a value of the bundle. Remember, each pair of object which a student, if a person gets, is called a bundle. Okay. Now let's go further. The value of any bundle by a person is the sum of the person's values of the object in that bundle. Okay. A person in X envies another person Y if X values Y's bundle more than X's bundle. Now, this is the place where we can get confused. But please remember, CAT always gives an example to explain such a thing. तो CAT ने example देना तो मेरा focus तो example पे ही रहेगा. For example, hypothetically, okay, suppose Amar's bundle consists of O1 and O2. Suppose Amar's bundle consists of O1 and O2. Okay. And Bharat's bundle consists of O3 and O4. So as far as Bharat is concerned, his bundle is O3 and O4. Okay. Okay. Then Amar values his bundle at 13. That's fine. 4 plus 9 is 13. Amar has a value of 4 plus 9 for his own bundle. And Bharat's bundle at 9 plus 3, 12. So as far as Bharat is concerned, Bharat, his value for his own bundle is 13, while his value for Bharat's bundle is 12. So Amar's value for his own bundle is 13, and for Bharat he has a value of 12, 9 plus 3. That means Amar does not envy Bharat. Okay. Why does Amar not envy Bharat? Because as far as Amar is concerned, his value for his own bundle is 13, and Amar's value for Bharat's bundle is 12. So Amar does not envy Bharat. Okay. On the other hand, Bharat values his own bundle at 12, 7 plus 5, 12, and Amar's bundle at 14. So as far as Bharat is concerned, okay, we can remove this. So when we look at from a Bharat's point of view, as far as Bharat is concerned, his value of his own bundle is 7 plus 5, 12, and his value of Amar's bundle is 9 plus 5, 14. So Bharat will envy Amar. Why? यार मुझे तो 12 रुपए मिले, इसको 14 रुपए मिले. Okay, so Bharat, as far as Bharat is concerned, he has a value of his own bundle at 12, and he values Amar's bundle at a higher value of 14. So Bharat envies Amar. Okay. Okay. So I hope this is clear. Okay. So this is a part of the deciphering, and when you're deciphering, please you give extra focus to the example, because the example actually tells you a lot and helps you understand the data. The following facts are known about the actual distribution of objects among the 5 people. Now there are 6 statements. We will look at these 6 statements later, but basic thing what we have understood, there are 10 objects. Okay, so let me just try to jot down what have we understood. Okay, what have we understood so far? There are 10 objects. Okay, 10 objects. O1 to O10. There are 5 people, A, B, C, D, E. Each of these 5 will get 2 objects each. Okay, and each of them have a value. Okay, and there's a value which is associated based on what they get. Okay, so the value we will get from the table. Okay, secondly, if I value my own bundle at a particular value and someone else's bundle at a higher value, then I envy that person. So this is what we have understood. Okay, now let's go to the questions. Okay, and see what is it that the questions are asking us, and let's see if we can identify something from the question. Question 1. What best can be said about the object O8? Now, what are these choices telling you? Choices 1 and 2 are telling me maybe we will not be able to solve the data set completely. Question 2. Who among the following envies someone else? There's a definite answer. So statement 2 saying I should be able to solve at least this part. And what is Amar's value of his own bundle? Now, Amar's value of his own bundle, that means I should by and large be clear. I should be able to clearly identify which objects is Amar going to get, or what is the value. But it is question number 4 and 5 which are very, very good for me. It is saying object O4 was given to whom? Object O5. What are they telling me? Question number 4 is telling me that object O4 was not given to A. Question number 5 is saying object O5 was not given to A, not given to, sorry, B. It is A, C, D, and E only available. So obviously B cannot get. So these two questions are giving me some extra information which I can use. Okay. Okay. And then last question: what best can be said about distribution object O1? Again, similar to question 1, telling me maybe we'll not be able. So this is the information given is such from the question I'm able to identify that there are some questions, at least 3, 4, 5, I should be able to clearly solve without too much of a problem. But other questions can be a bit of a challenge to me. Okay, so I have got this information from here. Okay, any questions so far as far as the set is concerned? There's a question out here. Question समझने ही थोड़ा दिक्कत होती है, कैसे सॉल्व करें? When a question समझने के लिए time बिताना पड़ेगा, you have to practice questions on a regular basis. And one of the mistakes that many students commit is they rush through the questions and the data. जल्दबाजी नहीं करो यार, please. देखो, please understand. If you are going to spend, let's say, 15 minutes or even 10 minutes solving a set, okay, should you not put at least 2 minutes to understand the data set? Okay. If you don't do that, the balance 8 minutes will go completely waste. Okay. So as far as I am concerned, I want you to be clear is do not rush. Okay. Read the questions, the data, the information at the pace at which you understand. Okay. Only then you can do anything as far as the set, as far as this particular section is concerned. If you will rush to the data set, कुछ समझ आएगा नहीं, सब time ही बर्बाद करोगे. Don't rush is my sincere request to all of you. Okay, चलो काम करते हैं. Let us start solving this set. इस बार पहले देखते हैं कि बिना जुगाड़ के कैसे कर सकते हैं. So let us look at the regular solution. बिना जुगाड़ के कैसे सेट करना चाहिए है ये देखते हैं. So let's go through the set then. Okay. Statement 1. If someone's value for an object is 10, then she receives that object. So Bharat has valued O9 at 10, so Bharat will get this one and LC will get O10 definitely. If Bharat will get O9, then no one else can get O9. So let me cancel them out. And similarly, O10, no one else can get, only E has got it, so others cannot get it. So I'm crossing them out. Okay, so statement 1 taken care of. O1, O2, O3 were given to different people. Okay, so as far as O1, O2, O3 are concerned, these are different individuals. Okay, let me write it at the bottom because okay. O1 and O8 to different people. Oh, O1 and O8 also to different people. O1 and O8, again, these are different. Okay. 3 people value their own bundle at 60. No one values his or own bundle at a higher value than 16. So maximum value of any bundle for a person is 16. And this is for 3 people. Okay. So 3 people have a value of 16 for their own bundle. And no one has a higher value than 16. Disha values her own bundle at odd number. So Disha has a value of odd number. Okay. Disha values her own bundle at odd number. All others value their bundle at even number. The others are even. Okay. That means Disha cannot be 16 because she has an odd number. And the maximum value is 16. So this will be less than equal to 15. So Disha cannot have a value of greater than 15. It has to be an odd number. It has to be less than 16. So it could be any odd number less than or equal to 15. Okay. Disha values her own bundle at odd number. This is fine. Okay. Some people who value their own bundle at less than 16 envy some others who value their own bundle at 16. Okay. Now, we have a problem. There are 3 people with 16. One person is less than 15. The fifth person we don't know. So let's go through that information now. Okay. Now, let us look at the fact that as far as A is concerned, we don't have anything. B, we know there's a 10 here, and B, A, B, C, all 3 of them have to be even, and E also has to be even. And B already has a 10. So B cannot be 10 plus 5, 15. 10 plus 9 is more than 16. 10 plus 7 more than 16. 15 is odd. 15 is again odd. 15 is odd. 13 is odd. 18 is more than 16. So the only number which only other object that Bharat can get is 6. Is this fine? So as far as Bharat is concerned, Bharat can get only 2 objects, O and 9, based on the conditions given to us. Okay. So 10 and 6, 16. Okay. Similarly, if I look at E already has a 10 and has to be even. So cannot get 8 because that will make it more than 16. Cannot get 9 more than 16. 10 plus 5 is 15. 6 is possible. 10 plus 5 is not possible. 10 plus 3 is not possible. Now we know O7 has gone to Bharat, so let's cancel out the others also. Okay. So far, so good. Any doubts as far as this data set is concerned so far? Okay. Now, 6th statement. So at this point of time, I don't know how to take it forward. There was one statement number 6 that I missed. I did not take at that point of time because I could not pick up. Now let me go back to statement 6. Some people who value their own bundles at less than 16 envy some other people who value their own bundle at 16. Now the only Ayushman says, sir, point 2 and 3 says same as condition given in second line from starting, right? Second line from starting. What is the second line from starting? Ayushman, which is the second line from starting here? This one. Okay, Ayushman, I'm not clear about the issue which you are raising. So if you can explain it better, it will be helpful. Okay. But coming back to statement 6, some people who value their own bundle at less than 16 envy some others who value their own bundle at 16. Now we know that definitely, as far as we are concerned, definitely B is 16 and E is also 16. Why? Because 10 is there. The only other 2 left are 6 and 6, so this is 16. This is odd. So one of these, 1, 2, 3, one of these 3 people has to envy either Bharat or E. Either Bharat or LC, they have to envy, because some people who envy their bundle less than 16, the only people who can be less than 16 are A or C or D. Right? Yes, Ayushman, absolutely right. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what do we have here then. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. As far as I'm sorry, this is it. Now, as far as Bharat is concerned, his bundle has a value of 16. What is the value that Amar will give to Bharat's bundle? 17. As far as Amar is concerned, Bharat's bundle has a value of, as far as for Amar, Bharat's bundle has a value of 17. And for Amar, his own bundle will be less than or equal to 16. What does that mean? That means Amar envies Bharat. Right? This clearly tells us that Amar envies Bharat. Okay. But who's the person who's envying Bharat? This has to be the person who values his own bundle at less than 16. That means Amar envies Bharat, and that means Amar should be less than 16. Amar is not equal to 16. Amar has to be less than 16. So if Amar is less than 16, that means since there are 3 people who have to be 16, Charles will also be 16, and Disha in any case is an odd number less than 16. Any doubt so far? Okay. Chalo. So we know Amal envies Bharat, and this is the situation with us. Okay. Now, we already knew this 16. Now, look at Charles. Charles has to be 16. Let's look at what the possibilities. Charles has a 3 out here. Can Charles get 04? No, because 3 plus 13, 16 not possible. There's no 13 available. Similarly, 6 plus 10 is not available. So 6 plus 10 now cannot happen. If Charles gets 4, which is 06, again not possible because so that means Charles will definitely get this one. And one out of these three. Charles will definitely get either 01 or 02 or 03 and definitely get 08. So that means the other two 08 items also. Okay. Lohit, I'll just come back to it. Give me a minute. That just sparked that issue with you, Lohit. I'll explain that point again in a short while. Okay. Okay, so this is the situation. And then what happens? This is 08. Okay. So this is 16. So let's look at this also. Then Amal and Disha. Okay, Disha has to be odd. Now to be odd, it has to be odd plus even. To get an odd sum, you need one odd number and one even number. You cannot have both odd and both even. You cannot have both odd or both even. Hence, you will always need something to be. You need someone who's, you need two numbers, one odd and one even. Let's see. 8, 5, 8, 5. Okay. So 5 plus 3 is not possible. Plus 8 plus 5 or 8 plus 3 is definitely possible for Disha. Okay. This should not be an issue at all. Okay. Similarly, out here, can I do anything about Amal? Okay. Amal has to be even. Even means both even, either odd plus odd or even plus even, as far as Amal is concerned. Okay. Now, in this entire scenario for Amal, the only even number is 01, 4. Every other number is odd. That means 4 is not possible. And it will have to be two odd numbers to be added. Yeah. Okay. Now, as far as Charles is concerned, Charles has got 08. And I hope you remember 01 and 08 go to different people. So 01 cannot come to Charles. Okay. Now, Ankit, that's exactly what I said. Ankit, I told Lohit also, I'll explain this item in a short while. Please hold on for a minute. Okay. Now what do we do? Now we are stuck. Now, beyond this, what you'll need to do, you'll need to make cases. What are the cases possible? One case could be 10 plus 6. The other case could be, that means E can get either 01 or 05 down. You'll have to work with these two cases and solve it further. My suggestion is please try doing it yourself. Okay? Please try doing it yourself from here on. See if you can solve it. But this is telling you that so far we have progressed significantly. But end of the day, we still have to deal with two cases. So one case will be E will get 01 plus 010. And the second case will be E will get 05 plus 010. Okay. So two cases. Supposing I say this is what will come here. Supposing I say, then this goes out. Similarly, this goes out. And this becomes Disha gets 01. Disha gets 01 and Disha has to be less than equal to 15. In any case, Disha has got 01. So she cannot get 02, 03. And it is going to be either 8 plus 5 or 8 plus 3. And so on and so forth. Similarly, then you'll have to start making. Similarly, if you look at E getting 01 and 010, the same thing will happen. Okay. So now it is a situation where after doing so much work, you still need to make the cases. Okay. Now I'll take a minute to explain the why Amal envies Bharat. Okay. I'll just take a minute to explain why Amal envies Bharat, because some of you are confused about that. Okay. Very, very quickly, I'll just pick that up. Okay. We know there are 3 people at 16. Okay. And Disha is at odd number. All others are even. That means Bharat cannot get 10 plus 5 or 10 plus 9 or 10 plus 7. 10 plus 5 is odd, 10 plus 5 is odd, 10 plus 3 is odd. 10 plus 8 is higher than 16 because the maximum value of any bundle can be 16. This is out. And so this is it. Okay. So this is where we stand at this point of time. Now, I wanted to go back to statement 6 for all of you. Okay. E also, let me just do the honors for E. E also is an even number. So 10 plus 3 is not possible, 10 plus 5 not possible, 10 plus 5 not possible, 10 plus 9 and 10 plus 8 is more than 16. So this is a situation we have at this point of time. Now if I look at, okay, now if you look at Bharat, the value of bundle for Bharat is 16. Now Ankit and Lohit, what is the value for Amar? What is Amar's value for Bharat's bundle? Amar's value for Bharat's bundle. What is it? Okay. It is going to be, it will be 8 plus 9, 17. It will be 17, right? Bharat has a value of 16 for his own bundle, but Amar values it at 17, right? So can I say Amar envies Bharat? Okay. So we can clearly say Amar envies Bharat. Now go back to statement 6. What is this? Some people who value their own bundle at less than 16 envy some other people who value their own bundle at 16. No one else envies others. So that means you will envy someone, or you will envy someone only if your own bundle value is less than 16. Some people who value their own bundle at less than 16 envy some other people who value their own bundle at 16. Bharat values his own bundle at 16, while Amar values his bundle at 17. So Amar envies Bharat. That means that Amar should be less than 16. Lohit and Ankit, I hope this is clear. Okay. Now, ये हो गया ना, यही चीज नहीं करनी कैट में. ये जो हमने तब तमाशा किया ना, this is not the way. Now let's get back to our Jugaad method and see what is it that we should be doing. I will go back to identification before I start doing. As I said, I want to find out what should I be solving for. What is my, as I said, my focus has to be on solving the question, not filling up the table. Question 1, what can be said about the object 08? Okay. I need to find who gets 08. Okay. I'm highlighting what, and this is what I do normally in the paper. I note it down separately in the paper. Obviously, I can't highlight, but I note it down on the stuff sheet. Who among the following envies someone else? Okay. What is Amar's value for his own bundle? So, as far as Amar is concerned, I need the value of his own bundle. So, the summation of the value of his own bundle is what I definitely want to find out. Okay. Object 04 was given to whom? So, who got 04? Okay. Object 05 was given to whom? So, who got 05? Okay. And then what did it say? What best can be said about the distribution of object 01? So, who got 01? So, these are the things I need to find. Okay. These are the things I need to find for myself as far as to solve this set. Okay. Now, what next I will do? I will say, look at this question number 4. Question 4 is telling me 04 was given to either B, C, D, or E. So, 04 was not given to A. Question number 4 is telling me 04 can be given either to B or C or D or E, not given to A. Question number 5 is telling me 05 can be given to A, C, D, or E. 05 is not given to B. Okay. This is what it's telling me. Okay. About 01 and 08, I can't say much at this point of time. So let's start solving again. If someone valued an object at 10, he or she received the object, same as earlier. That means okay, right? O1, O2, O3 were given to different people. So O1, O2, O3 given to different people. O1, O8 given to different people. Three people value their own bundle at 16. So three people value at their own bundle at 16. No one values his own bundle at higher than 16. So the maximum value is 16, as we said earlier. And at that value, there are three people. Okay. Disha values her own bundle at an odd number. Disha is at an odd number, so Disha has to be less than equal to 15 and odd. Okay. All others value their own bundle at 16. So all others value their own bundles at, even number. Okay. Now, we know Bharat is even. So, and with a value of maximum 16, so 10 plus 8 is ruled out, 10 plus 3 is ruled out, 10 plus 5, 10 plus 7, 10 plus 9, 10 plus 5. That means Bharat is 10 plus 6. And, okay. So, Bharat has a value of 16. Okay. And, okay. What is the next thing we will do? So, Bharat is at 16. Bharat is at 16. We need to find, again, based on statement number 6. Statement number 6, we can again look at this and say, okay, before that, E. E has to be even, so 10 plus 3, not possible, 10 plus 5, not possible, 10 plus 5, not possible, 10 plus 9, not possible, 10 plus 8. So this is a situation for us. Now we can say, Amar values Bharat's bundle at 17, so Amar envies Bharat. That means question number 2, I can straight away answer. Amar envies Bharat. O1 not given to A from question 6. Yeah, absolutely right, Swayam. Swayam, you're absolutely right. O1 is not given to, yes. But Swayam is saying question 6 is telling me O1 does not go to Amar. Absolutely fine. Okay. So we know Amar envies Bharat so far at this stage. Now what do we do? Okay. Now let's look at the remaining stuff. Okay. Okay. We know that Amar is less than 16 because it's envying. Charles has to be 16 and E has to be 16. We already know because that is 10 plus 6. Now let's look at Charles has to be 16. As I said, for Charles, 3, if 3 cannot be given to Charles because for 16 it should be 3 plus 13, not possible. 6 plus 10 again is not available. 4 plus 12, 12 not available. That means Charles will get 8. Charles will not get O1. So Charles get O8 and not O1. So who gets O8? There was a question with respect to it. What best can be said about O8? O8 was given to Charles. Question 1 solved, question 2 solved. And this tells me that O1 does not go to Charles. Go back to question 6. We know O1 does not go to Charles. So Charles does not get O1. O1 goes to Disha. Now please use this information. O1 goes to Disha to fill up the table. And E does not get O1. If E is not getting O1, what will E get? E will get O5. So who gets O5? E gets O5. Okay. Any doubts so far? Okay. Now what are we left with? We are left with, look at the question we have solved. We have done question number 1, done question number 2. What is Amar's value for his own bundle? We have to do. Question 4, we have object O4 was given. Oh, object O4 also. the only person who can get object O4 is Disha. Because O4 cannot go to A, B, C or E, so Disha gets O4. So Disha gets O4. We have solved question 4 also. And what is the total for Disha? 8 plus 5, 13. Okay. So total for Disha is 13. Which question is left? So the only question is left is what is Amar's value for his own bundle? Okay. Now, what is Amar's value for his own bundle? Let's see. Okay. Now, Disha has got O1, so Disha cannot get O2 or O3. Now, what that means is, what that tells you is that Charles will get one of these two and Amar will get one of these two. So O2 and O3, one will go to Charles and one will go to Amar. Which one goes to Charles? I don't know. Which one goes to Amar? I don't know. But that doesn't matter because both of them have the same value. So if Amar values O2 and O3 at 9 and Charles values that at 8. Oh, okay. Now, as far as Amar is concerned, so what will be the total for him be? It can be only 9 plus 7. No, not possible. 9 plus 7 will make it 16 or 9 plus 3. So it cannot be 9 plus 7. It can only be 9 plus 3. So value for Amar's bundle is 12. That is end of the set. I hope this is clear. And please compare with the kind of effort we use for solving it by the Jugaad solution versus the previous solution. If you are willing to look at the questions and choices and look at all information, set बहुत आराम से निकलता है. Problem ये है, most of you do the set like this. And when you are doing the set like this, obviously the information of the question is completely missing. That means you are focused on filling up the table and you do not focus on the questions. Please remember, this is the right approach. Is this clear or you would want me to do it once again? Okay. So I guess this is clear because I'm not getting any questions from any of you. So I will presume this is clear for all of you. Great. Okay. So this is what we need to be clear about as far as the set is concerned. Okay. So let's go further then. Any questions from your side? Okay. So no more questions. Then I think we will close the question session. And yes, if you're interested in learning more such stuff, we have launched a program DILR 1000 that is between GP and GB. So between Gautam Bawa and Gautam Puri. We are doing this particular program. And if you're interested, you could just go and enroll for it also, or you can get the details on the number given at the bottom. And yeah, the link is also given in the chat, so you could look at that also. Okay, so any questions? Yes, one last thing. In case you need to connect with me, my number is 9811155160. And my email ID is gp@careerlauncher.com. Okay. Yes, Rudra, you'll have a QA1000 also. QA1000 is between Neeraj Prasad and Gautam Puri. So Neeraj is one of the best faculty you can get for quant anywhere in the country as far as CAT is concerned. And I'll along with him, I'll be contributing a little bit to it. Okay. So yes, that should get launched in about a month or so. DILR 1000 has been launched. Quant we will take a little time to solve. Okay, so guys and girls, if there are no other questions, then we will close. And thank you. Goodbye. All the best. We'll meet again next time. And my request to you is again, next time, please. Okay. Next time, please do make sure you have downloaded the exercise and solve it before you come. Okay. Ayushman has a question, sir. If these type of questions come and if you are not sure about this, then should we leave it or try? Ayushman, this is not a round one data set for me. This is a set I will look at after. There's not a sitter. This was by no means a sitter, and my suggestion is Ayushman, just solve it without using the choices. You realize कि यार इसमें बहुत मेहनत लगती है, so करने लायक नहीं था if you are doing it directly. What made me go for the set was that there were 2 or 3 questions which were telling me यार ये तो निकल सकता है कुछ कुछ. So when I started the set, I was not confident that I'll solve it completely, but जुगाड़ की खासियत यही है कि बिना जाने हुए भी तुम solve कर लेते हो data set. Okay? And this is true for quant also. Quant also, I'm sure some of you know I do quant jugaad also. And तो चिंता नहीं करनी Ayushman. The right approach is do the easy set first. Once you have done 1 or 2 easy set, then come to a set like this and using jugaad try to solve it. Okay. But easy set में भी जुगाड़ लगते हैं, वो याद रखना. Okay. Don't see any other questions, so I'll close the session. Goodbye. All the best.